Ladies and gentlemen and friends beyond the binary, welcome to Being Trans with Lilith and Amanda and Emily. I guess that's not part of the title, but welcome here. How's everyone doing today on this fine summer in two places, winter in one place day?
Let's just make it confusing.
Was it a confusing start? Was it a confusing start? I didn't mean to,
it's obvious which one of us is in winter. Yeah, my friends here are. It's not quite snowing yet, but we're in the season, so
we're in the seasons. Yeah, it is chill. Emily is now officially. So I know we can't talk about where Lilith is. That's off the fucking table. Lilith is an undisclosed nation on the lam from fascism. Emily, do you feel safe enough in your situation to disclose your IP address?
I've pretty much done it already multiple times. So
yeah, well, I mean, because I
feel like the
I don't want to
give it away.
Well, maybe. I feel like these days, like I think that's a strong hint, but I think you could have like a kangaroo zoo somewhere, like some sort of wildlife preserve, like elsewhere that would have kangaroos on it. Like for example, in Arizona in the US, they have like ostrich farms all over the place, and you'll be just driving down the road and you'll just see a bunch of ostriches running around, and you're like, why are there a bunch of ostriches in Arizona? It's because they have
ostriches. Ostriches are native to Arizona. What are you talking about?
Are they really?
Yes,
I didn't know that.
Fact.
Yeah, well, that's probably why I saw so many ostriches when I went through Arizona. You know what else I saw cacti. I was like, why did they import all this cacti into Arizona?
This wild non-native species.
I thought just like here. Yeah, I thought it was just rattlesnakes and lizards that were there. I didn't know there were any ostriches.
Well, yeah, I think the thing is that Australia is a big enough place where it wouldn't really spoil where I am. Although on this show, many, many times we have said where I'm at, down to the city. So
it's true.
We'll go with the generic Australia from now on to try and be a little bit safer. But I'm not as worried in this country as I was in the U.S. about doxing being found out, that sort of thing.
Yeah. Okay, that's good to know. I just don't want to step on anyone's toes, and I don't want to. It's like, yeah, I'm not looking to dox anyone, and if I've done it in the past, which I have, I want to apologize. I don't want to repeat this. I'm trying to be a better person. I'm trying to grow and be more sympathetic and empathetic to others, and that's a goal of mine. How am I doing?
Good goal. I like it. I don't know where you are on the goal. I can't really judge you at this point, but I think it's a good goal to set. It's something we can look forward to. It's a pretty easy one to judge too. Have you doxed us this episode? The answer is no. So there you go. You're doing great.
All right, that's super. That's just super. How you doing over there, Lilith, in your undisclosed location? Tell us all about your life.
Nothing much, I got sick Wednesday night. I think I drank a fruit juice that maybe had gone a little bad, and had a couple bad interactions with potential clients, but whatever. I guess to just go from potential clients to people I don't talk to anymore. And the first one, she comes in and she's just like, I have an assessment that I can do, but you have to be certified to do it. She's like, yeah, I have interest in this assessment. I'm like, yeah, I can do the assessment. This is how much I charge. She's like, I'm looking for a bulk discount to do it with my clients. And I was like, all right, well, how many clients do you have? What's a bulk discount? And she told me, and I said, I can give you a 10% discount, and just never responded to that, which that's what I hate. Like, if you're not interested, just say, you know what, I'm not interested. Just don't not respond ever again. And I had another one that got referred to me because their 25-year-old is transitioning and they messaged me and said that they misgendered the person the whole time in the little they sent like a 3-sentence comment, a message to me, and they misgendered their child 3 times in 3 sentences, and then was just like, we're looking for therapy. And I'm like, well, I don't do therapy, but I do coach. I'd be happy to coach your child if you want to have them reach out to me. And I haven't heard from them either, but that was just like a day ago, so that I might just be like pissy about that. And of course, I mean, honestly, for me, the big news of the week was the Pope. And the Pope's from Chicago.
Pope's from Chicago.
Like I think I told you, that sounds like, remember the movie King Ralph with John Goodman? It sounds like this is like the sequel. It's like the Pope's from Chicago.
The Pope's from Chicago. We got a real authentic deep dish Pope.
Oh, I need you to get me some Lou Malnati's here.
Forget it.
We're going to have communion. Forget about it. Old style.
That's the kind of Pope that can enjoy a Polish sausage.
We're going to have a homily for the Bears today.
Yeah, you know. Hey, do you think that Pope's eating more hot dogs than every other Pope combined?
All the Popes combined have not eaten as much Italian beef as the Pope from Chicago.
No Pope has ever had more Italian sausage, or more Polish sausage than that, but more kielbasa.
Mere kielbasa. I'm drinking rivers. I'm drinking rivers of old style. All right. You tell me I'm not the Pope? You telling me I'm not prepared to be the Pope when I drank all the old style? I drink all these other popes under the fucking table, is what I'm telling you.
Definitely. Oh, go on, Emily.
Do we have to change the phrase then? Does the Pope shit in Wrigley Field or something like that?
No.
Shit's in Gary, Indiana.
Does the Pope puke in a gutter in Wrigleyville? Of course he does, but he's not a Cubs fan. He's a White Sox fan. He's from the South Side.
Yeah. He's from Chirac.
Let me tell you.
I never called that. Wow. Wow.
Yeah, this Pope's fucking strapped. This Pope's
this guy's
guns fucking blazing.
Ready. I got your homilies. I got your sermons. Let's do this. You know what else I found out? The guy who played Paulie in The Sopranos.
Yeah.
His brother was part of the conclave that picked the new Pope.
That's fucking buck ass wild.
What a connection.
Because, he was like, I mean, I don't know that Paulie was involved directly, but there's a less than zero chance.
Oh, Paulie was connected.
Yeah. I mean, if it's his brother, it's like, hey, Paulie, who do you think the Pope should be?
Oh, well, first of all, he's dead, so he's not. Yeah, he wasn't part of that end, but he was definitely mob connected in real life, not just as an actor.
Oh, the actor is dead?
Yeah. And of course, the Catholic Church is kind of just like its own kind of version of the mafia.
Oh, anyway. Catholic Church doesn't have any mob ties.
Oh, forget about it.
Not a one.
Not a one.
Be a shame if something happened to your tabernacle.
He does a whistle. Yeah, it's good stuff. We got a Chicago Pope. I don't know anything about this guy.
He's from Chicago. What else is there to know? He's an asshole.
What is there to know? Is it a problem that he's American, considering the political stuff that we have going on here and the fascism? Like, will it affect the Catholic faith?
Well, I mean, someone in the Trump administration posted like hours before the Pope was named that there would not be a Pope from America until the United States was in political decline.
Oh.
They were in the conclave. They're like, well, shit. I mean, you're kind of begging for it.
Yeah, it's like, well, fuck. Yeah, it's like I almost feel like part of the reason they chose that specific Pope, because that Pope is like super fucking anti-Trump. Like, of course, they're conservative. They're the fucking Pope. but like they're liberal for a pope, which is like in the same way that like Pope Francis was liberal, but like still a conservative because
the same way
exactly.
Joe Biden was liberal.
Yeah, exactly. And like but like it's like, okay, fuck you, dude. Like, we're gonna get, not only are we gonna get a fucking pope from your shitty ass country, we're actually gonna get one that hates your guts, and we're gonna be like, fuck you, dude, because he was pretty, you know, they were all pretty shitty. And then, you know, there's the whole joke of JD Vance killing the pope, the old pope, anyway. Like,
I saw some guy
like
online
the
was
touch
just
of
asking.
death. It was like they made a magic card out of it.
What were you saying, Lilith?
Nothing.
Okay.
I thought you were gonna say something. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
My magic card joke just ruined everything. I thought it was a pretty good joke though. I'd like to see that.
What did the new pope say about JD Vance? Hasn't he directly criticized Vance about something specific?
He said Vance is a twerp.
He fucks coaches.
And if he comes down to Wrigleyville, we'll show him what's what.
He quoted the Bible verse was like that where Jesus said, "No, anyone that fucks a couch will be least in the kingdom of heaven."
Aww. But the couch was circumcised. Doesn't that count for something?
Those that fuck couches are the same that burn crosses.
Oh,
he did say something about JD Vance, but
I love it.
I've been trying to cut down on my online time. So I heard he said something about him, but I didn't.
Yeah, I honestly, I'm so detached from the news that like I just know the only reason I know anything that the Pope is from Chicago is because of the memes.
Honestly, if JD Vance had any game, he was like, well, the Pope really shouldn't be gossiping on social media. I mean, if you ask me, that would be the best response. Like, I mean, I don't know why the Pope is gossiping about me on social media, but whatever. I thought he'd have more class than that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, people really care about JD Vance's opinion because his like brother ran for mayor and he was like, my opinion is that you should vote for my brother. And then he lost by like 89%.
Yeah, because he didn't go on to be like the moneyed brother. He's like still the meth head brother. He's like ran in a torn, oil-soaked Ohio State Buckeyes sweatshirt, spitting tobacco. I was just like, I'm JD Vance's brother. It's like, your last name's not even Vance. Well, he changed his name and left the city and went and became monetarily and financially successful. But vote for me.
But vote for me anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, the news. Yeah, I'm so detached from social media. I'm trying to post stuff about the wedding plans and just kind of keep people up to date on what's going on. But otherwise, yeah, I'm just not on it at all. And anytime I do catch the news, it's like or something on like TikTok or Instagram that is news related. It's something that like they'll say, can you believe this? And it's like, yes, like
I believe everything.
I mean, we not only did we talk about it specifically on this show like 4 months ago and predict all of this crap, but yeah, everything that they've done has been in line with all the fascism playbook. So it's like, yes, this is the fact that anybody is surprised by anything at this point that they're doing just is. I see something and they're like, oh my God, can you believe that this? And I'm like, yeah, just stop.
Well, that's it. I've been exhausted by the Trump incredulity for years now. Like, it's like, can you believe he did this? He said this. It's like what would surprise me is if he did a single good thing. Now I say that, and he actually did do something that, in my opinion, is a good thing.
Did he die this morning and I haven't heard yet?
No. But what he did do is something I've been calling for a long time. He abolished the minting of the penny. No more penny in the United States. He got rid of the penny.
golf clap.
Yeah, it's no big deal, but it's the best thing. The bar's pretty
Feeling
fucking
neutral
low.
or
That's all I'm
positive
saying.
thinking.
It's a pretty low
Yeah.
fucking bar, but he did do it. No one else before Trump 47 had the courage to abolish the penny. And like they're all flying around this dirty ass fuckers that you can't buy anything with a sack of them.
Just before Trump, pennies actually had value is what the main point of that was. You know, might as well get rid of nickels next.
Yeah. Trump
we're gonna be buying loaves of bread with $1 million bills.
Hey, was there any other country that kind of that had hyperinflation and then also like kind of saw like fascism? Did that ever happen before in the world?
No, American exceptionalism. We're the first.
Yeah, we're the first, right? Like, yeah. So we don't know what's gonna happen. There's no historical roadmap for this situation.
This is all new territory. It isn't exactly what has happened before in multiple countries. No.
Who could know? Who could have foreseen?
Who could have foreseen? Well, yeah, Erin in the morning, I caught one of her most recent reports, and it's like they're working at dismantling healthcare for trans people entirely, and promoting conversion therapy. So they released a report about from the HHS about trans people and trans care, and it's 100% lies. It's all BS.
It's the CAS report. They just re-released the CAS report. Yeah,
it's just 100 pages of memes. And
it's just a budget. It's just J.K. Rowling's tweets.
Well, and there
no
was
author.
Something
I know
funny.
that there's no author to that report you're talking about. They're just like
inspired by God.
It just appeared.
It came from the heavens.
Yeah. So the one thing that is funny in it is that it claims that trans people are just gay, and we transition because it's easier than being gay.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Because they get everything right, because they're super smart.
They are super smart, and they understand biology super great
and what words mean. That's what's awesome, is they really understand what words mean. And they're really good at understanding things that someone else reads to them. Like,
oh yeah.
They're super good at it. Like their track record is fucking amazing.
What they're best at is treating as fact their opinions about something they know nothing about.
Yeah, that's it. That's the whole jam. They're exquisite at that. Like, yeah.
Man, you know what a fact is? This thing I just thought and made up in my head about a topic I know nothing about.
They are very good at confusing their imagination with reality. They're really good at that.
Not only is it something that I came up with in my brain, but somewhere between yesterday and 5 years ago, I was completely 100% on the opposite side of it. Like that's the main thing. Like it has to work in some contradiction, it has to be the opposite take of what they had before.
And also it's how I always was. And also it just happens to be, that's exactly what God wants. It's always wild how like whatever they want just happens to be exactly what God wants every time. And it's like when their track record's 100% like that, like you got to start thinking, well, maybe this guy's pretty fucking real, even though no one's ever seen him.
God or Trump?
I'd say God. Like, oh, Jesus, our Lord and Savior, he is risen.
We know Trump thinks he is God, so there is that. He thinks he's the Pope. That was hilarious.
Yeah, the Pope, the Trump as Pope memes. That's good. You get those on the you can get those you can get that as an NFT, guaranteed to go up in value.
I would 100%.
You can buy it with Trump coin.
Yeah. Oh my God. So someone asked in chat, Miss Brooks asked, what part of your wedding are you most excited about? We're not talking about where specifically we are anymore, but I am talking about the fact that I am getting married. So we were scouting wedding locations yesterday and just having a really fun time. the part I'm most excited about, I don't know. I think in this case, like the paper is really important to me. Like saying that I'm married and saying that Charlotte is my wife. I'm very excited about that. We have the
The
ring.
legal status is what excites you.
Yeah, yeah. Oddly enough, we got the rings in the mail and we tried them on yesterday. So I put the ring on. I looked down. I started crying and I told Charlotte, I said, you have to take this off my hand now. You have to take it off right now. Like I cannot do that. Like it was so emotional. I started crying immediately. So yeah, I'm just very excited about the whole thing. And oh, I have an amazing wedding dress. It doesn't fit. I need to get it tailored, but I actually have a strapless dress that's all beaded. It has a train. It's like not at all what I thought my dress would be, but we found it at one of the Salvation Army places for a really great price, and it's gorgeous, and I'm so excited.
I'm so happy for you. I'm only this much jealous. And by that much, I mean like, I'm happy though. I'm so happy for you. I think that's so awesome. I'm so glad it worked out in the way it did. Like
Yeah.
I know. It's like
Yes.
I'm just like,
Congrats.
yeah.
Well, little over 1 month away.
That's
We've got
so
a lot of
exciting.
stuff in motion. Just need to get that dress tailored. You get that, yeah.
Well, if you're married, do you have any marriage advice for Emily? Do you have any words of wisdom from being married?
Yeah, I don't know. We just did the lawyer, so we're just two chill people who like hanging out.
Yeah.
Cool.
In a couple weeks now, yeah, just probably 2 weeks before the wedding, we're gonna hire an immigration attorney for me and start that process. Make sure that we have all of our I's dotted and our T's crossed. So because July 17th, I have to be out of the country, and if I'm not, then getting a visa to stay here will be nigh impossible.
So like no matter what, you have to be out of the country by July 17th, even if you get married?
No, well, even if I get married, yes, but if we apply for the visa and they accept our application, then I can get a bridge visa. And if it's the right type of bridge visa, not only can I stay, but I can work. And then we have about a 2-year process to find out if they actually accept the application. So I'm going to be living here for 2 years, not knowing if I'm going to be able to stay here permanently. It's
rough.
Yeah, it's a little rough, but hopefully, like I said, with the attorney, we'll be able to put in an application that we can be confident in that, like I said, has all the I's and T's dotted and crossed, and we've got all of our things in there that we need to have to prove that we're really in love in a real relationship, all of those wonderful things, and hopefully the judge is like, yeah, stamp, good, let's go.
I love
You have to do like a quiz, be like, what is their favorite food?
Yeah, I have to start studying all my Australian facts, don't I?
It's like the newlywed game where they write down all the answers on a card, and then you have to write down as the question's asked, and you have to see if the cards match.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of awesome, except for it would be terrible.
That's true. Yeah, I have to worry about knowing Australian facts and knowing Charlotte facts. That's also very true.
You don't have to learn a new language though, so that's good. Like,
yeah.
Nice.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, okay. I mean, like, you have to learn a new dialect.
No, I mean, I literally am struggling so hard with Spanish. Luckily, my husband is amazing, and like, we can go into stores and handles it all, and actually pretty impressive. And I'm just like, I understand a word there.
Oh, are you even remotely conversational? Like, can you even follow anything? No. I don't know what to tell you. You guys study more, I guess.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I'm constantly asking Cher, like, what did you just say? And like, the way they pronounce R's, it's really soft. And so I usually, when there's a word with an R in it, I have to ask her like 4 times, like, can you spell that for me? Because I'm not understanding the words that are coming out of your mouth. And But then of course there's the slang and the different phrases, and it's just like, okay.
The slang is what
that
trips me up with the Aussie business. Is like it's like I don't know this slang. I can tell that it is slang, but I've never heard it and I don't know what it means. And it's like, oh shit, like that sounds cool. Like it sounds like it could be a cool thing. I don't know.
I learned a good one yesterday. It's spat the dummy. When you talk about somebody spat the dummy, it means somebody's throwing a tantrum. Spat the dummy is a pacifier, or if you're from the part of the country where my family's from, we call it a binky. But if you to spit that out in the midst of some kind of temper tantrum. And so spat the dummy is a.
And he's out there spat the dummy. Yeah, of course.
Best slang I've heard so far. I have to think about that. Spat the dummy's pretty good. There was one the other day that I really liked. I'm going to think about that. I'll get back to you.
Actually, what's getting me is the guy in one of the guys who works in the convenience store downstairs is learning English. So he sees me come in. He's like, "This is my chance to learn English," and I'm like, "Guy, you're not helping me at all." But then if he spoke Spanish, I'd be like, what was it? I'm sorry, what was that?
So he needs to speak to you in English and you need to speak to him in Spanish.
That's the right way. That's the right way. Do it the ones you don't know, not the ones you do. That get it the pincher attack. But that sounds like that's a good deal. That's right. You've got like someone right downstairs that's trying to learn English. That would be a great opportunity for you to practice your Spanish wherever you can and ask like, how would I say this in Spanish? And then there should be, you can do this, Lilith. I believe in you.
I didn't say I couldn't do it.
Yeah. Well, I'm just trying to give you that support.
Just remember this one. This is all you need, Lilith, when you're trying to learn. Como se dice? Como se dice bread in Espanol?
Pan.
That's how do you say
pan?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
yeah.
Como se dice? If you want to
put a little elbow grease on it, yes, you can go.
Yeah.
Pan.
If you want to speak Spanish and say the words correctly, yeah.
Pan. They get it.
Okay. So this reminds me. So like, I was like. Back when I lived in Milwaukee, there was an episode of Law and Order, and we were watching it. And one of the guys that was like on the witness stand in the court scene was from the part of Wisconsin, and he pronounced it Fond du Lac, and he was like, "Yes, I'm from Wisconsin. I'm from a town called Fond du Lac." And like
those writers are like they're just like weird names in Wisconsin. Like let's just get a linguist in here.
Name. Sure. Like, and so that is technically the French way to pronounce it, but no one in Wisconsin, that's pronounced Fond du Lac.
Hey man, como se dice Fond du Lac?
FON space DU space LAC, Fond du Lac.
Fond du Lac.
I feel like that's like what you're doing with like the pod. And you're like, it's Pan. Like, hey, como está du Pan? Buenos dias, senor.
Here's the thing. I lived my whole life in America. I had plenty of interactions with people who did not speak English as their first language. And I always worked through it with them and was patient. Yeah. And people here are the same with me. It's not my fault that, they change every, if you say we are, or they are, or I, it's like just the word A-R-E can be 18 different words based on who is or who are. Yeah. And it's just like, I can't with this. I'm like, if they would understand me, that's all. Cause I've been there when someone who doesn't speak much English gives me the wrong verb tense. And I don't know. I don't know where are the candy aisle because that's incorrect. I'm sorry. I know where it is, but I don't know where it are, so I can't
Dang
help you.
Can't help you, son.
Dang you.
Plus, they have self
Harsh.
checkout down here, just like in the States, so I don't have to
You
have
don't have
small
to
talk.
interact with human
I don't
beings.
have to interact. Oh my God, it's almost the most perfect place in the world for me. It's nice out all the time. I can write every day, and I don't have to interact with people that I don't know.
Yeah.
And I whittled the people that I know down to one person who I clearly want to interact with. So it's just like, boom, I'm batting.
Bada boom, bada bing.
Boom.
Hey, I got a question for y'all's. Y'all want to do
Is it about the
culinary
Pope of
delights?
Chicago?
No, it's about culinary delights. I got a culinary delights. You want to do it?
Of course we do. I mean, we've kind of
All right.
marketed
Does the
it
Pope
already.
poop in Chicago? Of course.
Does the Pope shit in Gary? Hell yeah, he does. Hit it, Raina.
Just a quick line, that's it. It is a beautiful thing.
Remember, Raina, get
Look
the screen
at
up.
that.
Look at that.
Ladies and gentlemen and friends beyond the binary, welcome to Culinary Delights, the cooking show where two Midwestern moms and an Australian kangaroo herder talk about recipes that we bring you from the deepest, darkest corners of the internet and bring them to you so you can feed your hungry boys without breaking the bank. I'm Amanda Bonanza. Above me is Lilith Elektra, and below me, wait a minute, I got that wrong. I'm on the top. Below me is Lilith Elektra, and then below her is Emily Kailyn. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hi, we've
love
been here the whole time.
I'm still.
Yeah, this is a new show.
New show. I'm always going to do the Brady Bunch joke. That is always going to be my bit when you talk about where I am and the thing. I'm always
Like looking
point
around in the
and wave at
corners
you
and
up
like,
there.
yeah, the wave. Hi, everyone. It's so fun. It's so good. It's so wholesome. And this meal that we've got is very wholesome. We've delved into the depths of one of my favorite websites, which is vintagerecipecards.com.
Oh,
so we got a classic. We got a classic from the before the Beatles.
Oh, you got too much mayo and too much tuna.
Yeah.
You come down to vintagerecipes.com.
Come on, this is a Betty Draper dinner right here. Here you go. It's gonna. Oh, there we go. It's gonna be our creamy egg and noodle bake.
Oh no!
Doesn't that just sound delightful?
It sounds like the worst thing
ever.
It does.
Yeah.
This sounds like
Emily's
your
into
dad got laid off. This is what we're having for dinner for the next 2.5 years. I live this.
Pretty sure. Yeah, you can make just a big vat of this, and then just that's what you're having.
And it just you don't put it in the fridge and wash the pan out. You just add more ingredients when you get them.
Yeah.
It's the
Midwest pot of creamy egg and noodle bake.
It's the Midwestern version of a bowl of brown from Game of Thrones. Just there. There's the cauldron bubbling.
I love it. Let's take a look at this beauty here. We've got need a main dish that doesn't use meat. Try creamy egg and noodle bake full of eggs and cheese. You can substitute regular noodles for the green spinach noodles if you have the plain ones on hand. Serve with additional grated Parmesan cheese if desired. So that's nice. You can substitute regular noodles if the spinach noodles are a little too fancy for your taste.
I guess I should say I was lucky enough to be poor in a time where eggs were still affordable. And you would get free cheese from the government if you were poor enough. So those are covered. I don't know what you would do today with that, as eggs are completely unattainable. And cheese is only for rich white people.
This has gone from has come full circle, where it was like potatoes and like in like medieval France, where it was like it was only like the aristocracy was like, you get this, you get these things, and then they were so good, and then once the French aristocracy tried one, they're like, now only the aristocracy can eat potatoes.
Same with
lobster.
Is
like that. Yeah, this is
lobster
now what they're serving.
Mm-hmm.
Right, yeah. This is like this is now what they're serving at the finest restaurants in Uptown Manhattan.
Hold
It's
on.
like,
I'm sorry. I say in the chat, someone just said this sounds delicious. You know nothing about this. How could it sound delicious?
What can sound delicious? A creamy egg and noodle bake.
It sounds like egg and cheese. It sounds like an omelet. Of course, that sounds delicious, but you have to start with
egg and cheese with noodles and baked. Like,
so an omelet with noodles.
An omelet with noodles in it. Yeah, look at it like that. If you're thinking about it like that, who doesn't want an omelet full of noodles? That's all I know. Let's take a look at our ingredients here. We're starting with 4. I see it's all cut off at the bottom. I'll give it to you though. So we got 4 ounces of green spinach noodles, about 3 cups. So that's kind of like, that's a good chunk.
I'm sorry. These recipes like this should just be like a package of green spinach noodles.
Yeah, a package of green spinach noodles.
Yeah, buy a 16-ounce package of noodles and take a fourth of that. And sorry. Anyway, just also they should have gone for a sponsorship here and should have had a brand, and like that pays the website pays for itself once you start branding. But
these were from recipe cards, so this is from a time before there was advertising. They didn't have
this is
sponsorships
America.
back then.
This is America.
Like,
we
just
started with
noodles,
advertising.
just noodles. You just get them at the general store. It's like you go to your grocer and you say, Mr. Hansen at the general store, I need 4 ounces of green spinach noodles. He's like, I got those right here for you. And then he puts them on. Would you like some chewing tobacco?
I'm trying to make a meatless dinner. Like, oh yeah, that's very popular here.
It's not unheard of around these parts, but I think we can work for it. How about a half cup of finely chopped onion for you? I might go well with it. Half cup of finely chopped onion. Very good. Very good idea. Very good standard ingredient. 1 clove of garlic. Only one. You know what we say? What's our motto here at Culinary Delights, Lilith? Do you remember?
Garlic is for keeping vampires away, not for ingesting.
I don't feel like that's my garlic motto. Like Emily, mine was always like, you measure garlic with your heart. Like you put as much. I never use the amount of garlic it says in the recipe. I always put more. Have you ever tried making a recipe with the amount specified? Just doesn't
for garlic. Right. No, I just like chop up as much garlic as I feel like putting in
garlic and throw it in there. Yeah, it's like says garlic. Yes, just get a bunch. Yeah. 2 tablespoons butter or margarine. You can just use margarine if you want. You don't have to use butter. Is margarine still a
Wait,
thing?
I'm sorry. What? What did just came out of your mouth?
You don't need butter. Use margarine. Same thing.
Oh my God.
That's what the recipe says.
Never use Why would you do that?
I don't think I've like even seen margarine in the last 10 years. Like I certainly haven't gone near it. Like we had that in our house when I was like a kid. My parents had margarine for some fucking reason. And I think it's like just because it's cheaper, but like it's like I don't really see the point of margarine. Like because go on.
Country crock, those sorts of things, are those considered margarine, or they're just a butter substitute that is something different? Because butter substitutes still exist, but
right.
I don't know.
Margarine is its own thing.
So off the top of my head, I don't know that particular brand. You have to kind of check and see if it's margarine or butter. But I'm answering in the chat because this is important to me and people are asking. But basically, butter is like a real dairy product from churned milk. Margarine is an oil-based substitute.
That is correct.
You should. You actually, in Wisconsin, since we brought up our home state several times, Wisconsin, like there are laws about like places can't, like restaurants can't offer margarine. They have to have real butter on the table in the restaurants. And like, I don't know. I guess if you're lactose intolerant, obviously all this goes out, like obviously do what's for you, but you should use real butter.
If you're lactose intolerant or vegan, or you don't eat whatever it is that you don't want actual dairy, like margarine isn't like where you start, because you got cooking oil, like olive oil, vegetable oil, flaxseed oil, like avocado oil, whatever. Like, if you're going to use, why would you use margarine specifically? I've never really understood the point of it. That's like, I guess it's like a, yeah.
I mean, once you're this far, you're actually
Grease a
making this
pan with
recipe.
it,
You're
maybe.
nothing but bad decisions. So go ahead, use margarine.
Go ahead, use margarine. Go
Go
ahead. It's,
You know
it's
what
fine.
I'm
No.
fairly new to being trans, not to being trans, but to the show being trans, and thus I have not been on a ton of Culinary Delights episodes. Where are the recipes that have the Crisco or the lard? Like we always had the big tub of Crisco. Like that was
big tub of Crisco.
Ever present.
I got a big tub of Crisco. I use it. I fry chicken in that shit. Fuck yeah.
But it was just it was so ubiquitous back in the day, and I'm surprised with all these classic recipes we haven't had that come up yet since I've been on the show.
You probably want to eat those recipes.
That's what I'm getting at.
You don't want to eat
good
any
recipes.
I mean, I'm just scrolling down, and this stuff has cottage cheese in it, so we're clearly this recipe's not getting better as we go down.
This is a comedy show. Yes, true facts. There we go. Okay.
Yeah.
So once you've decided that you're going with margarine, the next thing you're going to need is 8 hard cooked eggs.
I have a question. I have a question about this too. Is this hard boiled eggs? Like you boil it, or are you frying them until the centers are hard? Because this is
deep frying these eggs.
Yeah,
deep frying these eggs in margarine.
Oh, yeah, right. There's somebody who's like,
a big vat of margarine, chucked 8 eggs in there.
I'm watching what I eat, so I only eat margarine and deep fried eggs. But like that, the hard cooked, is that hard boiled?
I think that's hard boiled. I think that's all that means. That's just what they said back in the day.
No. Hard boiled is you boil them in the shell. Hard cooked is you fry them until the centers are cooked through.
I would think that cooking an egg any other way than boiling it, to make the whole egg cooked, I think that would be hard. I think that would be quite difficult. So I think it fits. It's just any way you want to cook your egg except boiling, because you're just taking up the difficulty level. This recipe is too easy otherwise, so they want to make some part of it difficult.
I'm just saying, communications are my background. Getting points across my background. Saying hard cook eggs if they mean hard boiled is problematic. It's wrong.
I understand it.
It was a different time. It was a different time. They invented
boiling in the 80s.
Back in my day. Now these kids today say hard boiled eggs, and they're just saying, I don't understand. Back in my day, we said hard cooked eggs. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Like, I think that means hard boiled eggs, but maybe hard cooked eggs, sure. Dump 8 eggs into a pan and fry them up in more margarine and then chop them up. Do it that way. That's fine. Make them nice and crispy. I don't think it's going to matter. I'm actually shocked.
I mean, if that's the one important thing about recipes, I don't think any of this matters.
I thought you were going to bake the eggs in with the bake, like you were going to pour the eggs over the top and it would bake with the casserole. But no, you got to cook the eggs first and then run them through the casserole. So you want to see these eggs, and you're hard boiling them too, or hard cooking them, which means like you're doing it on the well done end of eggs.
Let me ask you a question. So, if hard boiled and hard cooked are the same thing, let's talk about the Hong Kong action movie classic, Hard Boiled, with Chow Yun-fat. Amazing movie. Would you go watch an action movie that was called Hard Cooked?
Yes.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah, I would.
It would have somebody like Eric Roberts in it.
Amanda, sounds like a B movie. Amanda would.
Is Ryan Gosling in this wonderful movie?
Jason Statham is in it, and it's called.
I would watch Hard Cooked with Jason Statham,
because Hard Cooked is like hard cooked is when the government needs someone to get something done, but it's got to be on the secret. So they called me the hard cooker. That's all his movies. And you would definitely go see Hard Cooked. Yeah, you would.
Yeah, no question. I would watch it.
Cooked.
I would sit through the movie twice.
It's like there's terrorists in London town that need to be hard cooked.
Yeah, well, and that's of course the line in it, right? Like, you've been hard cooked.
You've been
And
hard
then,
cooked.
and then bang.
The next thing you're going to need is 2 cups of small curd cream style cottage cheese.
Cream
First of all, I don't need any
What's
of this.
cream style cottage cheese? I don't know about that. Is that another? I think that's another slang from before the Beatles and like Frank Sinatra.
Philadelphia style cream child.
Yeah, Philadelphia style cream
cottage cheese.
16 ounces of that, 2 cups, lots of good chunk of cottage cheese, 1 cup dairy sour cream. So you don't substitute for non-dairy substitute. So like, sorry, vegans, you're fucked now.
I'm sorry. So just if you're using margarine instead of butter because you don't do dairy, you can't make this recipe.
Can't do it anymore. Now it's over. It's curtains for you because now you got to use dairy sour cream.
Of course, why a vegan would be making a cheesy pasta bake is
creamy egg and noodle bake made with nutritional yeast and bananas.
I am now fascinated to know the history of cooking and how people talked about food. We've got hard cooked eggs and dairy sour cream. Were there other types of sour cream?
Style cottage cheese.
Was it made? Yeah. Where did it come from? I have so many questions from this show now.
I feel like non-dairy sour cream could possibly be a thing. Like if my recollection of the past is any indication, it was a powder.
It could also be dairy sour cream means specifically from cows. So if you had kangaroo sour cream, that wouldn't be dairy, but it would still be sour cream.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah. And then of course you're going to need a third cup of grated Parmesan, which is, hey, that's not right.
Whenever you got the Parmesan, that's like garlic. It's like you put enough Parmesan in there until your fat little tummy is content. Yeah.
Exactly.
Agreed.
A big giant bunch of Parmesan till it looks right. Yeah.
And then you cut some extra slices and you just eat that while you're cooking. Yeah.
That's how you cheese. Yeah.
We got more ingredients.
Oh my God.
We're not done yet.
Jesus Christ.
You're also going to need 2 teaspoons poppy seeds. 1 teaspoon.
No, it says 2 teaspoon poppy seed. So that's one giant poppy seed.
One giant seed. 2 teaspoons. Like, I need 2 teaspoons I need the 2 teaspoon size poppy seed. Well, we've only got a tablespoon and a half a teaspoon, and then we got the standards. But yeah, sorry, that won't do. I can't have that. Teaspoon of Worcestershire. We love Worcestershire sauce here at Culinary Delights. 1/2 teaspoon of salt. That's always the right amount. A dash of pepper. That seems light.
Sure.
Of pepper. Pepper is another one of the
pepper
things
and hot sauce.
I always add more. They always tell you not to put enough. They always tell you to put too little pepper in anything. Yeah. Hot sauce, same thing. Dash as much hot sauce as you want. But I can see, keeping the hot sauce to a minimum for something like this. Like you're not there. You don't want to taste the hot sauce. You just want it just to enhance it just a little.
Oh yeah, I want to taste the creamy bake.
You want to taste the hard cooked eggs that are also baked. That's what the flavor. That's where the flavor is coming from. That's what you want. The hot sauce is to enhance the twice baked eggs. You're gonna need 3/4 a cup of soft breadcrumbs. So 1 slice of bread and chop it up. So that's so not breadcrumbs, but a chopped up bread, basically. And then 1 tablespoon butter or margarine. Yet again, that's melted. You're gonna melt that butter or margarine, and you're also gonna need more grated Parmesan cheese for serving. It does not specify the amount. Just have it. I ate
all of it while I was doing the first part.
You're in big fucking trouble then, because you need it for this part.
Oh no.
Okay, this is an important PSA for all of our viewers. Read the entire recipe before you start eating and before you start cooking, and specifically start eating your ingredients. Make sure you know the entire recipe.
Don't eat all of it. Yeah. It's okay if you can have a little snack of Parmesan. You can have a little taste. Okay. We've got directions here. Our first direction is you're going to cook the noodles in boiling salted water according to package directions. So, okay, great.
So, this should just be cook noodles according to package directions.
Yeah, cook noodles according to directions. Yeah.
The directions on the package say to use salted water.
Yes, that's exactly right. So it's a little word heavy, especially since it was squeezed into a recipe card. I took the liberty of like reorganizing the things. This is all in a big jumbled mess. Let's cram together in like 4-point font. It was terrible. All right. Meanwhile, cook onion and garlic in 2 tablespoons butter.
You mean the second step of the recipe?
I thought about this. I considered this and I was like, okay, I could do that as the second step of the recipe. I'm the one that combined these two. Okay. I did that. And I know that's something we talk about. And now that I'm thinking about it, like you're right, I should have separated these two and I did it wrong. And yeah.
I just love the meanwhile, and I'm thinking 60s Batman, you know, like the whole like
right. Yeah. Meanwhile, while you're cooking your noodles or boiling your water or whatever it is, you're gonna while you're cooking the noodles, you're gonna cook onion and garlic in 2 tablespoons butter or margarine until tender but not brown. So already I think this is a problem because if you're adding your onions and your garlic in at the same time, you're fucked.
Oh,
you're just fucked.
You should not.
Like you never put the garlic cooks so fast.
The garlic takes like 40 seconds.
Yeah, if that. You want to cook your onions first and then add garlic right at the end. That's how you do it. So already your dish is fucked.
You cook the garlic until you can smell it.
You're just fucked here. All right, place cottage cheese in a blender in a blender container.
Nope.
No.
Cover and blend until smooth. You're gonna puree.
You skipped a step.
Drain noodles and toss with onion mixture and hard cooked eggs. I did skip a step.
Again, so here's the question. Do I have 8 full hard-boiled eggs in here, or do I have 8 fried? And so these eggs are not.
They're chopped up. You chopped them up.
Did I chop them up?
Yeah, that's what it says here. It says chop up the eggs. So it says 8 hard cooked eggs chopped.
All right.
Oh. I stand corrected. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
That's a direction in the recipe. That's not an ingredient. You can't buy 8 eggs chopped at the store.
I mean, you're right.
You would say onions chopped.
No, because you're prepping. You when you prep, you chop things. You chop your onions and do all that stuff. That's a prepping step. So it is ingredients. It's going to tell you that you need this, but then so when you're buying them, obviously you're not going to buy chopped hard cooked eggs. You're going to buy eggs. You're going to hard cook them and chop them yourself. But that's letting you know that that's just, anyway.
The main thing is I would never eat this or make this in my life. So
is there a need? Because you can't go to the store and get chopped hard-boiled eggs. Is that a niche? Is that a need that we could fill to make our millions?
An Australian shop that just sells hard-boiled eggs or chopped hard-boiled eggs. You like go in,
eggs, thank you.
You can get your hard-cooked eggs or hard-cooked chopped eggs.
Get your hard-cooked chopped eggs. Get them right here. Only place. Great bargains. All right. Place your cottage cheese in a blender container. Cover and blend until smooth. Step 4, remove from blender. Doesn't say where. Take that shit and dump it right in the trash because it fucking sucks.
Out of the blender. It needs to be out.
Get it fucking out of that blender. Just get it the fuck out of there because that shit sucks.
I need you to pour this blender of creamed cheese into my hands.
You hold it in your mouth like a bird.
I was going to use a straw and just drink it out. I mean, it's removed.
Doesn't say how to remove it.
Doesn't give me anything outside of that.
That's like delicious boba.
All right, so bake at 350 for 20 to 25 minutes.
Yeah, we're getting there. Combine the cottage cheese, sour cream, the 1/3 cup Parmesan cheese, the poppy seed, Worcestershire sauce, salt, pepper, and hot pepper sauce. Fold into the noodle mixture. So basically, just throw it all together.
Can I just give a tip? Guys, give a tip to improve this recipe. If you're gonna make this, when you remove the cottage cheese, just take it right from the blender to step 5 here.
Yeah, that's where you're gonna go with it.
Just skip 4. Don't remove it from the blender. Just mix it with everything else when you get to step 5. Don't.
Are they worried that you're going to mix this in the blender? Is that what the
I think
worry
what
is
they were
before?
worried with that you were going to take the blender and throw the blender into the dish and
Just
like
gonna
just
bake
have
it
it
in the
all in
blender.
there, and then you're going to and you're like, oh no, I'll break my blender. And like,
Why
it's gonna be a
is everyone
disaster.
Australia for you today?
Because it's funny.
Also, if you want to say oh
It's
no,
endearing.
the best way to do that, just say R&R, and there you've got your
R&R.
oh no. R&R.
That's
R&R. I've
terrible. I hate it.
baked my blender. R&R. It's perfect.
So you folded it into the noodle mixture. Now you're going to turn it into a 12 by 7.5 by 2-inch baking dish, which is
like a magician.
a weird size.
I'm gonna turn it into like,
yeah,
aha,
exactly.
it's a baking dish. I mean,
I have to
Pour
admit,
it?
that instruction sounds like it's an AI prompt to generate a sequence on DeviantArt.
I think you mean pour it into a baking dish. A 12
Could
by
be,
7.5 by 2, a standard baking dish that we all have. 9 by 12, 8 by 10, no, 12 by 7.5 by 2.
Yeah, we're gonna do that one. This is
Anything else, it's garbage. You might as well
don't
just
use the
throw
other.
it
Don't
away.
use your normal 9 by 13 baking pan. That's not gonna fucking cut it. This has to be. It's
Yeah.
a smaller one. It has to be smaller, and that makes sense. Combine your breadcrumbs and remaining melted butter or margarine. Sprinkle in a ring atop casserole. So like you just make it. I mean, if you want to get fucking crazy, you can do it in a fucking pentagram. You can summon the goddamn devil. But make sure you put it in a ring.
I think this is already the devil's work, right? Hard cooked eggs.
Then you're going to bake uncovered
that's
at 350 degrees for 25 minutes, just like Lilith
I
said.
nailed that, man.
Yeah, you did. You did nail it.
I gotta nail that.
And then you're going to garnish with additional hard cooked egg quarters.
Wait, I thought I already put the eggs.
I thought we
in.
put all that. I thought we chopped all the
I got
eggs and put them in here,
additional
but I guess
quarters of
not.
eggs?
We have leftover hard cooked eggs.
Thank God there's a store where you can go buy, chopped hard cooked eggs, because otherwise.
No, we got to get down to the chopped egg shop.
We need more.
All right, get enough
We
chopped
are the
eggs. Crocky. All right. And then that's it. Pass additional Parmesan cheese. So pass it around, I guess. It's like share it with your friends. And then so that's our instructions. We do have a review. Lilith, I was wondering if you have a review. If you have a review for us for this fine dish.
I heard the title of this and I knew exactly who to reach out to. This is a classic Lutheran potluck dish. So I reached out to some of the ministers back home, and Pastor Daniel 610. Is that like Austin 316?
Look it up.
It works. Yep.
As a
It's a layer
servant,
of comedy, folks.
is it?
Yeah.
As a humble servant of the Lord, I must first express my gratitude for the bountiful fellowship we share at our potlucks. The creamy egg and noodle bake was indeed a heartfelt contribution, and I commend the effort put into its preparation. That said, I regret to mention that this particular dish left me yearning for a touch more culinary inspiration. Its texture was perhaps a bit too heavy, and the flavor seemed to struggle in its journey to reach full redemption. It is never my intention to cast aspersions on anyone's offering, but I humbly suggest that this dish might benefit from a tad more seasoning and a lighter hand with the cream. After all, nourishing both body and spirit is the goal of these gatherings. Let us continue to share meals that bring joy and unity while exploring a wider range of flavors to match the richness of our community.
Thank you so much, Pastor Daniel 610. And here's what we got. You see now how you need the ring? It's to highlight your egg wedges.
Oh my God.
Egg wedges.
This is like, if you look at this ring, this is like the Ring the movie. Like you're gonna be dead in 7 days. If you see this ring, you will be dead.
Second. Wait. Oh, I guess is that the Parmesan cheese? Where did the breadcrumbs go?
No, the breadcrumbs, that's the ring. The breadcrumbs were the ring you sprinkled around the top.
No, because it was soft bread. How do you make soft bread look like that?
Yeah, they said to just chop up soft bread. So like, I don't know how that works. Like, yeah, I don't
how do you end up with something that looks like that from a piece of bread that you cut out?
This is a fucked up recipe.
Walk faster says it looks like a toilet seat.
As you can see, like if you look here at the back, the top of the thing here, this person has it apparently, 8, 9 hard-boiled eggs just waiting. That's where, like, if you need extra eggs, just crack some of the ones you got lying around, or your wooden dish full of spinach pasta that's just there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what you have those things. So this is like where you scooped out 3 cups from your vat of spinach pasta and your endless supply of eggs that you have laying around. It's just like,
actually, it looks like the eggs and breadcrumb. The eggs and breadcrumbs are the victim, and then the noodles are on the outside, are like the police chalk drawing around it, so you knew where the crime happened.
So my question, not being extremely well versed with cooking, I dabble a little bit here and there, but I'm not familiar with a lot of these ingredients and stuff.
Spinach eggs.
yeah, like hard cooked chopped eggs. Spinach noodles start that dark and end up almost completely white when you cook them.
They end up that light when you take photos in the 70s. That's what happens.
Exactly. Well, I mean, like, so they're tossed, you folded it in, but no, that doesn't track this, because remember, you could use regular noodles if you wanted. So like the spinach noodles would look green, like, for sure. Like, I cooked spinach noodles definitely look green. So I think what happened is they only had that much spinach noodles, and they needed that for the dressing, for the set dressing. And so they had to use the regular noodles, which is why they put that in the recipe, because you weren't supposed to. You were supposed to use the spinach noodles, but they're like, but then how can we dress the set?
Yeah, so Dale really fucked up. Dale didn't get enough spinach noodles, and he boiled way too many eggs. That's what the lesson is.
I got all these eggs. What am I gonna do?
Did way too many eggs. Didn't get enough noodles.
Didn't get enough noodles. No. Ugh.
Ladies and gentlemen and friends beyond the binary, this has been Culinary Delights. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for coming to see us today on this fine episode of Being Trans. Lilith, you got some outro for us? We're a little over time here.
Yeah, no, it's okay. In less than an hour now, in about 1 hour, we'll have Mediocre Poker. That'll be Amanda Bonanza teaching you how to quit your job and retire and become a poker champion, just like she did.
What it's all about.
So that'll be coming in an hour. Border Trans is on the back burner again. Apparently, one of us is going to a football game. And when I say football, it could be any number of different kinds of football played around the world. Football has become a generic term once you leave the United States. And it's actually kind of amazing to hear someone say they're going to a football game and be like, well,
I have no idea what sport that is.
I have no idea we'll be back next week, same time.
Don't know what the rules are. Don't much care.
Everyone in the description, there's links to our books. If you've read our books, thank you. Go to wherever you bought it and leave a review. If you haven't read the books, Susan the Cybertruck is the voice of a generation, is something that I've been telling people. Someone said about it. And there's that's all in the description. So thank you very much for joining us, and thank you for the super chats. I think, is that what they're called, super chats? I think Charlotte hit us up with one at the start of the show. Thank you so much. And honestly, I appreciate everyone joining us. Every week. It's a rough time, and just to like hang out and have fun as opposed to just grimace about everything going on. I really do enjoy the time I spent with everyone. So we'll see you next week, and love y'all.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.